Hey, this is Dr. Corey Gilbert with the Healthy Marriage Inner Circle and the Warrior Marriage Podcast, and I would love to actually have you join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/thehealthymarriage, where we have tons of content and stuff for you to actually learn and grow as a couple, as a husband, as a wife, and as a parent. Today we're going to talk about something that it doesn't necessarily impact you right now, and this is helpful to you maybe to think through, but it very, very much will impact how you then raise your children to think through this. Something that I use in my pre-marriage counseling, but also as I speak and teach to college-age students. The resource, Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts by Les and Leslie Parrott. This is a must read if you're heading towards marriage, if you're in your kind of high school and 20s. Highly recommend it. There's great resources, great videos, great training from them. But we're going to zero in on these four things. Have you faced the misbeliefs of marriage with honesty? These are ones that when I heard them years ago, they really rocked me because I didn't want them to be true. And so again, this is almost an indictment on me. It was like, I don't want this. Why? Because if we're not careful, we've bought into fantasies and lies about marriage and about family and about love and about intimacy that we need to actually face. So here are these myths. The first one, we expect exactly the same things from marriage. It's not true. You and your spouse are very different. You expect different things. When you actually face the fact that you expect different things, you can actually be forgiving of the differences and encouraging and actually learn to meet them where they're at. And hopefully they're doing the same for you. But when you don't see this, we tend to be disappointed all the time because we're believing living in a false reality. The second one, everything good in our relationship will get better. This one kind of made me mad. Why would I marry you if by marrying you I'm going to make things better? It's like, no, there's going to be some really messed up things, if you will. And it kind of ties into this next one. Everything bad in my life will disappear. In marrying you, no, it's not true at all. Yet, careful, how many of us actually believe this to be true? Everything good in our relationship will get better. Everything bad in my life will disappear. That's not how it's meant to work. That isn't how it's meant to work. By getting married, I'm doubling my joys and I'm doubling my pains. Like, math-wise, this is insane. And it's beautiful. It's part of God's creation. I actually really do believe that marriage is a sacrament. And it's actually meant to be seen as a sacrament and be handled and treated with honor and respect that oftentimes we don't, with the way that we let certain things come in and assault our marriages and even threaten our marriages. Because this last one is what all of us really kind of want, and it's my spouse will make me whole. No, they won't. They can't. Nothing this side of heaven can make us whole. And so by inviting them in, I'm actually inviting in more problems. And hopefully there's good things, but there's also a lot of negative. Can I really sign up for this? This is really important to think through, because what happens next is I can actually now have a more accurate, more healthy view of reality in marriage. That I'm going to be more frustrated than I've ever been, and I'm also going to have experienced joys that I've never thought I could possibly experience. I'm going to be a better person, a different person, a hopefully even greater person because of you. So it's all of that. We expect exactly the same things. No, we don't. Everything good in our relationship will get better. No, some things will get worse. And what are you going to do about it? How are you going to move in and be intentional? Everything bad will disappear. No, it won't. It never does. And they'll make me whole. No. We've got to be careful with that. And here are some interesting things two little things that actually tend to creep in and we don't see the power of them. One of them is unspoken rules. Every single one of us have, this is that word, expectations, that we need to address. That we actually have, he will do this, she will do this, marriage will look like this is something they won't do. We don't really think through them. And if they're expectations we have, but we haven't thought through them, they tend to blow up in our face. As we can speak truth about what I believe, I can actually change those things. It's not necessarily truth, but here's what I really truly expect, believe, rules I have, versus demands. That's a very different relationship. So as you are in a relationship, especially dating, you are unpacking some of these. You're realizing, really, you expect that? That doesn't seem like reality. And the other person is challenged, and it's a relationship back and forth, and we change and we grow. And the other one is the idea of unconscious roles. We have certain expectations of what they're going to do and certain roles. He's going to take out the trash. She's going to do this. He's going to do that. And if they're unconscious, it means I can't really put my finger on them. And the goal is to bring them to consciousness, that we actually can realize, I do have this expectation and I married you, so I need to die to that expectation. And that's okay. Can I give myself and us permission for that? Otherwise, what happens is affairs become an alternative and divorce becomes an alternative because I have this picture of marriage. You don't fit it at the moment, so maybe I should go elsewhere. These unconscious or unspoken rules and unconscious roles are really powerful in shaping who we are and us not knowing it. So let's get them out in the open. Let's be able to understand them so that I can then be in a relationship where I actually know kind of what the game is and what the expectations are, and I can actually lean into you being a better person and us being a better us and me being a better person and growing. And this is exposing some of those to help us actually build a marriage we're proud of. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this is really helpful to you leading your children into healthy dating, healthy relationship building. That starts off when they're in elementary school and leads into the kind of men and women they are as teens, and then who they marry, that they can actually marry well, and that you can be proud of the kind of young man, young woman that you raised. If you need any other help, reach out to me at healinglives.com, and I'd love to talk to you more. If you want to book a marriage breakthrough call, go to drcorey.org, and let's talk soon and see how I can help and serve you further and bless you, your family, your marriage, and may your children actually make you proud.